So working on poetry. Hopefully this will be day one. Day two is tomorrow of finishing this book. I'm gonna read this line to you. There is a teacher shortage. That is what they say. Evidently, to fulfill the role, you just need to be able to call roll. A warm body to occupy the seat. And I'm gonna stop right there. And that line is very powerful to me. Where is my champion is the name of the poem. And this is actually inspired based on a lady, I wonder if she's still alive, but she was known for just speaking to the soul of our kids and being the heart of education as teachers. And I remember being in a session with Jason Reynolds. He was like one of his author visits, and he said he cannot count on five fingers teachers that he felt like were a huge impact on him. And that's sad. When you think about, you've been in school 12 years, really 14 if you include kindergarten and pre-K. And then when you get to middle school, you have a teacher per subject and you can maybe account for 5 that impacted your life. Not even 5. That is sad. And there's a lot of kids, sadly, that's their story. And that should not be their story. Like, I could not fathom being in classrooms and having teachers I absolutely did not like. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And what I mean did not like they were horrible. They didn't teach us. No, I can't do that. And I'll admit, I was at an advantage where my mother was a teacher. So she knew people. And if she found out I was certain in classrooms, or she would schedule a conference in a minute. She did the same thing we were talking about the other day. There was this teacher my brother had 5th grade. Everyone loved this teacher. And if you went to Millwood Elementary, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I wanted that teacher. He came off as fun. But I heard he didn't teach. I heard nobody learned anything in that class. And my mom being a teacher, going through his assignments, which, side note to parents, stop just checking parent portal. Look at the quality of assignments that come home from your kids. Ask them to pull up their Google Classroom or whatever they're doing assignments on. And it doesn't have to be every day. Once a week, just look at what they're, like, y'all talk about the state of education. You're going to have to be more proactive. You're going to have to be more involved. Because a lot of times you check parent portal and you see your child got an A, but you don't know what the quality work they were given. You don't know what type of quality grading was given. And for all you know, your child's not being challenged and critically, and you wonder why the kids are struggling as stories are coming out that kids can barely read a book from front to back and in college. Because all y'all did was check parent portal. Y'all didn't check the assignments. Yeah. So be very involved. I know some of y'all got 4 and 5 kids. Teamwork. Get with a village. But either way, evaluate this work that these kids are coming home with and how it's being graded. You'd be surprised at the number of teachers that look at work, put a check mark in 100. And the thing is horrible. Horrible. Okay, I digress. So the point I'm trying to make is that should not be an education where you don't have quality educators. You may not like them per se or jive with their personality. I'm thinking about my social studies teachers coming up. I was not a huge social studies person. And for whatever reason, history was not it for me, at least in middle school. But I'm thinking about 6th grade year. I didn't really click with her, but I learned from her. Same thing with my 8th grade teacher. I think his name was Mr. Scooby. Y'all, I think we called him Scooby, but his name was Scooby. He was a good teacher. I'll admit, I think he lacked behavior management, but I don't remember not learning anything in his classroom. I might be wrong. It's been over 30 years. Point I'm trying to make, we talk about a teacher shortage. Is it really a teacher? It's always been a teacher shortage, like always, because we don't make sure that every school is occupied with quality principals, quality administrators, quality teachers. And that should not be. You're talking about our kids. But let's be honest, the ones who have more than enough, they'll take their kids out of those schools and put them someplace where they have access to that. So what about the kids who are not able to move? Or the parents that get sent to jail because you lied where your kids live so they can go to a better school and have access to the better teachers? Like, it's so much. This post is going longer than I wanted to, but we really, I don't want to say I'm fearful because I hate using that word, but I am concerned about the state of education. I'll come back.